Hello friends, my name is Troy, and as always, I'm joined with my pet, Moonlark Floridian. Welcome back to the channel. Today I thought I'd provide you with a more useful video where I go over books kind of like similar to KotLC, like if you enjoyed KotLC, what are some other books that you may enjoy? Today I'm going over 5 books and series that you can read while you wait for KotLC Book 9 that comes out this November. I guess let's just get started, so make sure to leave a like, subscribe, check out all the links in our description, including my second channel, Troy Reads, where I have more book recommendation videos. Alright, let's get started. First up, we have got The Unwanteds by Lisa McMahon. I look blown out, it's okay. This is another middle grade kind of fantasy dystopian book where we're set on this new magical island named Quill, where it's not actually magical, we'll get into the magical part, but it's like this dreary land of Quill. The kids in this island turn 13. There is the Purge, where they're sorted into wanted, unwanted, or necessary. Wanteds go to university, they contribute to the world and politics and war and stuff of all that stuff, and then the necessary, they are kind of laborers, they have to like tend to the farms, they are like the essential workers, if you will, and then the unwanteds are the people that are creative. They have like these dangerous thoughts of like music, art, storytelling, like they have this dangerous skill that the people, the government in Quill don't want, so they send them to their deaths to the death farm. We follow Alex and Aaron. One gets to the wanted and he becomes like, you know, power hungry, he's like really smart and really contribute to the world, and then we have Alex, who is unwanted. He wants to like, you know, go into art and stuff, and so he goes to the death farm, but to his surprise there's this magical named Mr. Today who saves all the kids that are going to their death and brings them to this magical mansion where they can do art, they can celebrate art, and then they have to kind of, you know, prepare for war with Quill because they know that any day now Quill can find out about Artemis, this magical mansion, and it's super cool. Like, this mansion is really fun to explore with all the classes that they have. There's so much art and like creativity and fun, and that's why I just love this series. It's really something like, you know, you could go to Foxfire, it's like that kind of utopian versus dystopian kind of war almost, because we have this beautiful world of Artemis, but then there's this Quill, this dreary world that, you know, doesn't want all this art and creativity. They want to keep it like, you know, dull. So it's a really good book, and I definitely recommend, by Lisa McMahon. Next up, we have got Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard by Riordan. Riordan is such a strong author, and for sure, Magnus Chase is my favorite series out of all of them. Sorry, Percy Jackson, but this one just has, you know, a little bit more spice and a little bit more humor to it. This story, we're set with like this boy named Magnus Chase, as we said, and he is homeless, he's living on the streets, and then one day, there's people asking around for him. He sees a poster, and he sees like people, you know, requesting his presence, and he finds out that his uncle's looking for him, so he goes to seek out his uncle. His parents are dead, also, I should mention that, and his mother had died. Basically, the threat that killed his mom is coming back, and there's these wolves that are like trying to chase Magnus down, and he has to like fight this kind of like demon god person, and he actually ends up dying, but he dies in a way that is brave and valiant because he saves all the people around him. And basically that means that he gets to go to this afterlife in this hotel of Valhalla where all these brave warriors go to, and where they can live out their eternity having fun with their friends and like training for this like Ravagog, this kind of end of all worlds threat that's coming, and it's coming very soon. So Magnus Chase has to, with the help of his friends, stop Ravagog by defeating this monster and trying to like go across the world, get these magical items so that I can stop this monster. And then from the rest of the series, it's super cool because they're just constantly getting magical objects, going through magical realms, and the humor and the diverse characters. Like, Percy Jackson just doesn't have it. Like, there are queer characters, there are just totally different, all types of racial characters and religion, and like, it's just so great to have that diverse set of characters. And like, the humor in this book is super cool with the gods, and I just think that the Norse mythology itself is the most interesting mythology, and that's why I think I really like this series. So yeah, definitely recommend the Magnus Chase series. Alright guys, so the next book that I'll talk about is Wings of Fire. It's a really great series, and I have some of the books with me. Joey lent me a few because I'm catching up on the series. This is 13, this is 14, and there are so many books in the series, and it's really one of my favorites. It's such a good middle grade, kind of like one of those series, kind of like KotLC, that has this like totally unique world that you just love exploring. There's like 3 parts of the series, which is really cool. Like books 1 through 5 are the Dragons of Destiny prophecy, books books 6 through 10 is the Jade Mountain Prophecy, and books 11 through 15 are the Lost Continent Prophecy. So there's like 3 different stories. I'm just gonna go over the first one. Basically, there are 5 dragonets who are living in this cave. They find out that they're the dragonets of destiny and that they're going to stop the war of Sandwing Secession. There's basically this war going on, and there's like these 3 queens of the Sandwings, and they're fighting for the ultimate spot. They're all allied with different tribes, and this is really cool. It's something that the world is, that there is like different tribes of dragons. So there's the Mud Wings, the Sky Wings, the Sand Wings, the Ice Wings, the Rain Wings, the Night Wings, and there's just so many different variations, and it's really cool to explore like how Sutherland kind of ties in all of these different tribes and like how they make wars and different prophecies. And like I just love this author for like the light books. Like I honestly have just been really enjoying the books because they're not like too hard to read. They're very light, they're very quick, you know, just like a KotLC book would. And I think it's really interesting because she takes on the challenge of dragons, has this different way of writing because she has to adapt to the way dragons, you know, would be or talk like or be like, and I think that's really cool. So I definitely recommend the Wings of Fire series. It's just non-stop action, non-stop cool dragons, and yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Another book similar to KotLC is The Land of Stories by Chris Colfer, just for the fact that they start in the human world and they go into this crazy magical world. So I definitely recommend. This story is set with Alex and Connor Bailey. They're a set of twins, and they had just lost their father a few years ago. They're kind of struggling, and one day they get a gift from their grandmother, which is a book, a storybook. But you know, Alex takes the book and it starts glowing, it starts consuming things in her room, and she's like, what's happening? She keeps it to herself. One day though, Connor storms in, sees Alex trying to go into the storybook, and she falls in. He goes after her, and that's what the cover is. They're going into this new world, which is the land of fairy tales, and basically every fairy tale you can imagine is in this world. It's super cool. You can see all of the fairy tales. There's different kingdoms like the Cinderella kingdom and the Rapunzel kingdom, and it's just super cool to see all of the like tales interconnected like that out of the whole series, and I cannot wait to finish the whole series. I've only read the first 3 books, but definitely this book is so great because once they're there, they're like, how do I get out? And so they find this like cool journal that's like the wishing spell, and they have to collect magical items from each kingdom and from each fairy tale, and they all have to make them into this one potion, and then they can have this one wish to get back into their home. And it's so cool. The plot twists, the just trying to find these magical items. Like I love a good adventure and magical adventure. It's just so cozy, and it's a really quick read. I definitely recommend. If you love a good fairy tale, then this will totally be something that you would enjoy. Next up, we have got Cinder by Marissa Meyer, and this is a Cinderella retelling. So it's super cool. It's basically like a futuristic spin on Cinderella, as well as like a fantasy sci-fi, you know, like kind of that stuff. It's super cool, and we're basically set with this character named Cinder, and she is working in this like repair shop. She's kind of like struggling. Her family doesn't like her, like she's really shunned by her family, and there's this plague that's ravaging the population, and she's afraid of it. When one day the prince actually stops by her stall and asks her to fix something, so she suddenly starts getting entwined with the prince, as any Cinderella story, and this population, or this not this population, but like this plague affects her sister. She gets the plague, she gets taken away very forcibly into this quarantine, and she is dying from the plague. Cinder suddenly gets like involved with the plague, and she kind of helps with the research of the plague while also trying to balance life and like the secret romance with the prince, as well as there are these secret lunars at the in another like planet looking down upon them, and they're kind of theorizing like, did these lunars set the plague on us? So it's like this really like it's this really cool balance of like caution, danger, but also that sense of like intrigue and mystery, as there's many things about Cinder that she doesn't even know about like herself. So like it's about a pattern of self-discovery, family abuse, manipulation. That was really cool to see like the rep in there, and I just loved the story. Like Marissa Meyer definitely did a good job with it, and I want to continue on with the series, just not really now. I don't know, but that's all my book recommendations. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you are interested in any of the books, make sure to leave a like. Definitely let me know in the comments, have you read any of these books? Have you not heard of any of them? I tried to keep them popular so that you could read more about them, and I might have the links in the description to these books. Definitely make sure to subscribe down below, and if you need any more book recommendations, let me know, because I can do it. And I also have a book recommendation playlist, which I'll link down below on my second channel, Troy Reads, which you can find more book recommendations. But I hope this gave you some more things to read while you're waiting for book 9. Have a great day, guys. I'll leave the last video there, and yeah, see you guys. Bye.
But even though you're far away, I think about you every day. I need you more than me. I need you more than anything.